Craig the turkey, here he is. Later this month, we'll be sitting down with family and friends to enjoy a turkey for Thanksgiving. But the tradition began with wild turkeys that graced the tables of people who came way before us. But you may see wild turkeys around Michigan, but at one time, they were wiped out because of unregulated hunting and the destruction of their habitat. We're joined by Al Stewart, a wildlife biologist with the Michigan Department of Natural Resources. Thank you for being here, first of all.
Oh, thank you. It's great to be able to talk about turkeys.
Yes.
I see you've had fun with it earlier in the...
We have. But Craig and I are friends now, so we're good. But wild turkeys are not the same as the turkeys that people buy in the grocery stores, you know, for Thanksgiving dinner. How are they different?
Well, they're much different in that, you know, the wild turkeys are wild and they're living on the landscape. But an interesting story is the domestic turkeys are all descendants of the wild turkeys.
Okay,
so Michigan used to have lots of wild turkeys, and then, like you said, subsistence people came in, people were settling Michigan. There was no grocery store, and they ate them because they're good to eat.
They're good.
And so a guy by the name of Bill Nolan used a wingbone turkey call like this to call turkeys in what is now downtown Dearborn.
What?
So yeah, so
that's amazing.
Birds
Okay,
are
now
all over around here.
Hold on one second. We got to show this because I want to make sure we get a shot of this. This is the turkey bone, and you can.
It's the wing bone. Think about.
Oh yeah, like a wing. Okay.
Wing. All right. So you know, when you're having your for dinner with wings, so there's 3 different pieces to it.
And they would call turkeys.
Yeah, and you see they just sort of.
How cool is that?
There you go. So
how cool is that?
A lot of history right there. But you know, like you were talking about, you know, they were really common, and then by 1900 they were all eliminated. There were no turkeys left in Michigan.
Wow.
And so conservationists, you know, hunters got together and said we can't have this, and began to restore the birds back to the state.
Oh,
and
that's good.
Now we've got over 200,000 birds throughout the state.
Anything that says saying that an animal is going to be extinct scares me.
Yeah.
So tell me about the difference between the male and the female turkeys.
Well, one thing, the males usually have a little whiter head, and the males have a beard. So it looks like this.
Okay.
So, you know, some of the male humans have beards. Well, turkeys have beards, although this is a feather. Doesn't look like, feel like a feather. And then the other difference is that the toms have a black tip on their breast feathers, where the hen has a brown. So the males look larger. So, you know, this is a great time. You know, it's Thanksgiving.
Yes.
And, you know, what's not to like about Thanksgiving? And in fact, here in Detroit, we have the Thanksgiving Day Parade, of which a turkey is part of that.
There you
it's
go.
the big balloon.
Absolutely. And our friends at the Michigan Wildlife Council are dedicated to increasing public awareness about wildlife conservation efforts. Can you tell us a little bit about the restoration of the wild turkey? What's being done?
Well, so part of it is we were able to capture some wild turkeys that were remnant populations from around the country. There were some in Pennsylvania, some in Missouri. We were able to trap wild ones there, bring them here to Michigan, and then we had good habitat again, and the birds have prospered. So like I said, we now have over 200,000 birds throughout the state, and you can find them just about everywhere, and in the spring you can hear them gobbling. And so it's been just a really great program. We've had many partners like the National Wild Turkey Federation, Michigan United Conservation Clubs that have helped with it. And then we do habitat. We continue to do habitat work for them all the time. They have to have somewhere to live. They have to have a place to live.
All right.
That's
so
right.
Let's talk about these. What are these?
So these are turkey calls.
Turkey calls.
And they make the sounds of a hen. So you just hold it like this, and then this right here, and hey, so dueling turkey calls. Here we are. That's the sound that the hen turkeys make.
Right, so you mentioned like keeping their habitat going on. So it's important to work on conservation efforts for these, right? It's not a one and done kind of thing.
Oh no, this will go on forever, and that's how we're able to keep wild turkeys in Michigan forever, for perpetuity, for everyone to listen to know that they're out there, you know, so that, you know, we can celebrate Thanksgiving and carry on that tradition into the future. But these are wild birds, not domestic birds, and they taste quite a bit different.
Okay, so don't eat them.
Well, you eat these, yeah. They hunt them in the spring, and they're delicious. You want to know where your food came from? You want to know that this is the way to do it.
All right. If you want to learn more about what the Michigan DNR is doing to manage our wildlife, visit the website michigan.gov michigan.gov/DNR. And to learn more about the great work the Michigan Wildlife Council has highlighted, visit their website, hereformioutdoors.org. What's that?
And we have got turkeys.
Okay, and I'm sorry, let me correct that website. It's hereformioutdoors.org. Hereformioutdoors.org. Got turkeys?
You bet. Michigan does.
Jason, got turkeys?
Who you calling a turkey? Hey, so what is the meat, like gamey or oily, or what makes it different? It has flavor under, like normal white meat turkey. You got to have the dressing and the.
Yeah, there you go.
All right.
Cranberry.
It's all there.